Imagine your feet as an active athlete, practicing for hours every day. What do you think your feet will feel like? Would they look the same? Would they be deformed? Would you have any pain? What if we told you that LeBron James has become one of the greatest basketball players of all time, all while having seemingly unhealthy feet? That's right. The 6-time All-Star, 4-time regular season MVP, and 4-time NBA champion and 4-time NBA Finals MVP has been playing at the highest level with these deformed feet. If you were curious, just like us, you would be asking, how can someone with this type of feet reach such a high level? What if we told you that there is something hidden inside the formation of LeBron's feet, and this change in the feet deeply influenced his holistic fascia connection and muscular power? Would you look at this differently? Hi, we are Hyperarch Fascia Training. 10 years ago, Coach Chong started on a journey to unravel this question: why elite athletes tend to have seemingly unhealthy feet and yet still be able to play at a high level. And his work has paid off. Not only was he able to help young teens get D1 scholarships, help pros win UFC titles, crush old records, and capture world championship in decathlon, but most importantly, help people overcome chronic pain and sports injuries. If you're like many people we know who are frustrated with tendinopathy, unexplained pain in the joint while doing sports, this is the exact video and channel you should be watching. You will be given a proven path to strengthen your fascia, your body, and heal old injuries that you never thought was possible. You probably never heard of fascia. That is okay. Even the doctors and PTs who you worked with might not know about it either. You see, there is a lag between the mainstream understanding of the human body and the latest research and development in fascia science. For the longest time, fascia has been disregarded as filler material and tossed in the garbage during anatomy dissections. Not until advancement in imaging technology do we start to realize the true importance of this tissue matrix, and recent fascia has been coined as the largest bodily organ. Now, we know it sounds very alien to you, and since mainstream training glorifies muscle strength and regards it as the only thing you can train, but that's far from the truth. Try to take a close look at your body and assess yourself as honestly as you can. Has mainstream training really helped? Do you look and feel more athletic than when you were younger? Are you able to avoid or minimize injuries? Has your pain subsided, or has it gotten worse? I don't know about you, but we experienced firsthand the lack of holistic approach to training and rehab. This is how we started to look in a different direction. The same PT exercises given 10 years ago is the same today, while everything else improved, from digital streaming service to Tesla cars. And now, many people tell us that they are not as explosive and somehow lost their natural bounce after years of using mainstream methods. What we are trying to point out is the mainstream hype on muscle training might be leading more people to build strength on dysfunction because of the disregard of fascia. In this video, we want to analyze with you the feet of legendary athletes that many medical professionals would critique as having pathologic conditions. Things like hammer toes, clawing, bunions, and other types of deformities. Not to mention, these elite athletes' feet also made rounds on various social media platforms because many find their feet ugly. But our objective is to make you question these existing beliefs. Are these elite athletes' feet really pathologically deformed? You see, if we were to tell you that these athletes' out-of-this-world talents are actually rooted with how their feet are molded, you'd probably think twice before you regard their feet as ugly. What many athletes need right now is to have a mindset change, a different way of thinking that's not dictated by the majority. Because, believe it or not, no matter how hard and how long you've trained so far, you still haven't become the best athlete you can possibly be. Unless your feet develop like the elite athletes, and unless your fascia system fully matures under the right conditions, you will never experience or feel the same effortlessness when playing sports. For centuries, the mainstream has dedicated their attention on muscles. But what about that component of our anatomy that's present all throughout our bodies? We're talking about your fascia network, making up 20%, pretty significant to be disregarded as just a filler material. That 20% of your body is actually what many training protocols right now have severely and dangerously overlooked. and it is what you need to train to upgrade your athleticism and health. In the course of 10 years, Coach Chong dedicated himself in studying, researching and developing a fascia training protocol many now know as Hyperarch Fascia Training, or HFT. The basic idea behind HFT is unlocking people's untapped athleticism through proper training of mind, breathing and feet. It has helped many athletes become better and win championships while also getting rid of their pain and avoiding injuries. Now, to see it in action, let's take a close look on some elite athletes' feet. You'll see something in common. Try to look at the feet of LeBron James, Ronaldinho or Raphael Nadal. Many would say they have terrible-looking feet that oftentimes seem to be pathologically deformed, toes bunched together, bunions, hammer toes to name a few. Take a look at this example. This belongs to LeBron James. As you can see from this picture, his feet look so worn out. His big toe is under the second toe in his foot. He also has a massive bunion on the side of his foot, and his toenails are definitely in rough shape. Next is Ronaldinho. And lastly, we have Raphael Nadal. Most people would consider their feet strange, and if we don't have enough background to know what's really going on, we'd probably think the same. But knowing the mechanism behind their morphed feet, we don't see these as gnarly or pathologic at all. Instead, we are in awe because not many are gifted, or to put it more accurately, are able to unlock their full athleticism. Because the truth is, many people who have these type of feet are those who do really well in sports. Common signs in the feet are 1. Prominent and active anterior tibial tendon. 2. Visible flexor tendons on top of the feet. 3. Toes are curled with a natural bend. 4. Calluses on top of the toes. Some are already catching up with this vital truth on how our feet should function. With the help of Hyperarch Fascia Training, we replicate the athletic success of the naturals by mimicking the mechanism behind their high-level athleticism without worrying about developing severe deformities. We train and mold the feet to be just like the greats, and many have seen amazing results, overcome chronic injuries and pains, records broken, and careers saved through our coaching program. There are still many people who can't quite wrap their heads around this new concept of fascia training, and that's okay. We are still early in our work to educate and help the public. But for those lucky ones who open their minds to the potential of fascia and hyperarch fascia training, the benefits are way more than what they expected. It's rewarding that we get to share this groundbreaking knowledge to those who are really motivated to become pain-free, healthier, and better athletes. So as you can see, it's no longer a question of unexplainable luck. Anyone can be way better than they were before, given that they are able to let go of the century-old training methods. That way, they can give themselves the chance to explore other principles to train themselves the right way. Anyway, guys, if you're curious to find out how it feels to unlock your body's real power through fascia, try the basic 3 Hyperarch exercises. The link is on the description below. Click on it and find out. That's all we have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you think this video opened your mind and challenged your beliefs.